Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls That Love to Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria,
And I'm Rosetta.
and it's wonderful for you to join us today. And before we get started, we wanted to remind you to
Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so you can get notifications whenever we have our new chats. We would love for you to subscribe because we would love more people to follow us and listen to our fun chats every week.
absolutely. Today we are drinking organic roasted dandelion root tea.
And we've actually had that before, one time before, but we like it a lot. That's one
Yes.
of our favorites, so we're going to do a repeat
Yes.
and drink that.
Cheers.
Cheers. I love that dandelion.
Yes. So today we're going to talk about lots of things. The first thing we're going to kick it off with is Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars.
The
Did
new
you see
cast.
it?
Yes. Did you see the new cast?
Yes, I did.
Yes, it's very exciting.
Yep, and they're doing something different this season. They're not
Yes.
going to tell us who's going to be partnering with who.
No, that's going to be surprise. We won't find out until the actual first date of the event, which is Monday, September 16th. So that's going to be really interesting.
That's too long to wait.
Someone should sneak because they're going to have to practice. So some way, somehow, I think we'll figure out who it is. Anyway, the people who are participating this season is Hannah Brown, The Last Bachelorette, Carrero Brown, Queer Eyes.
Queer Eye. Yeah. Have you
Yes.
seen Queer Eye?
I haven't seen the new one. However, I've seen the boys being interviewed on different shows.
Okay, because
but-
I have seen the new Queer Eye. It's a bit different from the old. Did you see the
The
very
original,
original?
yes.
That was
Yes,
good.
Yes. What do
But
you
this
think
one
of the
is
new one?
the new one is good. It's just I don't know. For some reason, I can't connect with them.
It's different, huh?
The five boy, is it 5 or 6?
Yes,
I don't
5.
remember how many, but I don't know. For some reason, I don't connect with them.
Well, I'm sure while he's dancing, they'll all come, and maybe
They'll
it'll
support him.
give us a
Yeah.
chance to see. Lauren Alon is a country singer. She was
Lauren,
actually
yeah.
on American Idol. Lamar Odom, we all know who he is,
Yep.
because his life was kind of laid out for everyone to see, because he was married to Khloe
Khloe
Kardashian.
Kardashian, and he was on Keeping Up with the Kardashians quite
Yes.
often.
Yes, and he was a very good basketball player. I don't know what's going to happen to him going forward. It's going to be interesting because, he was sitting there and he said the thing that was making him most nervous was all the glitter. And Tom Bergeron said to him, "Are you comfortable with glitter?" And he goes, "No." So it's as the costume part of the Dancing with the Stars occurs, it's going to be interesting
Well,
to see.
I think a lot of people say they're not comfortable with glitter, all the men, but they
Yes.
do it and it's fine. It
Yes.
works out fine.
Yes.
Who else do we have?
We have James Van Der Burg.
Yeah, he's from the show Dawson's Creek from
Yes.
the 90s. That's
Yes.
Dawson Creek.
I'm really, really excited to see supermodel Christy Brinkley.
Brinkley.
She looks amazing.
She looks amazing.
Oh my
She's
God.
kept her nice, slim, petite figure. Her face is great. I don't know if she's, had any plastic surgery, but she does, look good. And I heard she does, maintain her weight and exercises a lot.
Yeah, she looked amazing. Allie Brooke is one of the former Fifth Harmony singers, so she's there. Former NFL. He used to play with the. My brain just went woohoo. One of my husband's favorite team, the Ravens.
Ravens.
So he was a Baltimore Raven. His name is Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
And Ray Lewis, he used to have this little thing when he would do something really good and he'd be in the end zone, he'd do the squirrel. So they had him do the squirrel this morning so everyone could see.
So we'll see. And then one of the professionals said, it's good, but it can have a little improvement.
Yes.
It can improve a bit.
And he was like, wait a minute, we haven't even started yet. So I thought that was cute. Kate Flannery, she's from the show The Office, and that's going to be really, really cute to see. She was saying that, she's excited, bring it. everything. She wants to see it, so
Mhm.
that'll be fun.
Comedian Kel Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Supreme Legend, Mary Wilson.
Yes, that's going to be very interesting.
That's going to
see.
be interesting because Gladys Knight was on there.
That's right.
And she was decent.
That's right. And then the last person is the ex-White House press secretary, Sean Spicer. So it's going to be interesting to see, can he dance, and will anyone vote for him? So
and does he have the rhythm to do that? Because from what I saw, he seemed kind of like not that kind of person, but we'll see what happens.
kind of stiff.
Yeah, a bit
Yeah.
stiff. So we don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, so we'll see how that goes. So mark it on your calendar, September 16th. Let the dancing begin.
And when it comes on, we will be watching it and we will be doing a recap and all our highlights and
Yes.
highs and lows and what we enjoyed and our feedback.
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
I can't either. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, yesterday on Good Morning America, they started talking about vaping. There's this whole controversy of vaping because I know individuals who have smoked for years, couldn't stop, and they use vaping to get off of cigarettes. And the last study that they were talking about yesterday has to do with, kids, teens, preteens. Apparently, you've even seen it in the commercials now where they look like they might be in like 7th or 8th grade, and the teacher's talking and the kid takes and he puts the vape pen in his mouth and then he blows the smoke in his sweatshirt, and I'm like, oh my God, what is he, like 10, 11?
Oh, I have not seen that commercial.
Yes, it's a commercial that's been airing lately because I think in California this is going to be on our voting docket because they're trying to say that, should it be outlawed or shouldn't it be? And I was listening to the commercial, but I always read the fine print. I'm one of those individuals that freezes the TV and I read. And the people who are saying don't allow government to regulate this is Juul. And Juul is one of the biggest manufacturers
Yep.
of it. So,
Yep.
what they did though is they did an example which just blew my mind. They took a person, they did a test. I think they said they had like between 15 or so participants that had never vaped. And they had them take a hit and then express the smoke out. And they took pictures of their cardiovascular system at the time. And then they put the two pictures side by side. And one smoke, there was a visible difference.
In the cardiovascular system. And they also said it actually disrupts your blood flow as well.
Yes. And, they're like, because what they're going to do is continue the testing to see how long does it take to recover from that standpoint. It was just very interesting.
Yeah, and talking about the commercial you're talking about, it's my son is 15. He goes to high school. He just started as a sophomore, second year. And he tells me that he does see kids in his school that are vaping. And I'm very lucky because my son is very aware of what vaping does. And he goes, I don't know why people want to do that and kill themselves. That's what he says. So I'm really glad he's aware. But to say that it's kind of scary to hear that he does see kids in his school vaping.
Yeah,
it's quite sad. I mean, where are the parents in this? What are they doing?
How do you, as a manufacturing company, say, I'm not trying to get children to do this, and you do flavors like cotton candy?
Yeah, there's a ton
Tutti
of
Frutti.
flavors.
I mean, the flavors, like pancakes. I mean, adults can go to the store or a restaurant and buy pancakes.
Yes.
They don't have to ingest the scents, the smell of pancakes. Whereas a child would be like, oh wow, I love this smell, and not realizing the damage that it's doing.
Well, they did have that commercial on TV where they have three kids around a table, and there's all these packets on the table, and they all have the candy flavors.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
That's pretty peppermint, and they say all different kinds of flavors.
Yeah.
And they go, is this candy? Oh, that sounds nice, smells nice.
Yeah. But you're right, parents are going to have to take away the phones, take away the tablets, and spend some time with their children. Because kind of leading into this, also a 15-year-old Florida teen was in like a game chat room, and what he did is he posted that he was going to take his dad's M15 assault weapon to school, and he was going to shoot a minimum of at least 7 people. So the police in that particular town in Florida, they are very, very, very sensitive right now. So if someone says, I'm going to shoot somebody, they take action. They go, they find out who said it, they verify it. And what they did is they arrested this 15-year-old child. And his mom is standing right next to him.
While he's being arrested.
And she says to the officer, you know, how can you treat my child like a terrorist? He's a kid. He said it, but he didn't mean it. And the police officer replied, yes, if we didn't take action, and he did take the gun, and he did shoot people, you would feel terrible. So parents, now's the time to tell your children, don't play anymore. This is getting serious.
It's like cry wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now it's gotten to the point that the people, they're not even going to wait to verify that it is truly you crying
They're going
wolf.
to act on it because of all the past incidents that's been happening. And I say yay to the police.
Yes.
I'm glad they did that. And, you know, it's sad to see your child being arrested and to know that he may be able to, is capable or may be capable of doing
Yes.
something like that. But I would not try and defend my son. If he posted something like that, I would be quite upset.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to teach your kids this is not okay to write something like that on any media outlet, because someone somewhere is going to out you or say something,
Right.
and consequences are going to happen. So good for them, and I hope this has or is teaching other teens not to play around like that and
Yeah.
fake it.
Because this is not very pretty, and it's just, you know, it's just sad that our society has gone to this level that our parents are no longer parents. I have so many friends that it's about, you know, I have to let him or her do what they want to do or they won't love me. And I'm old school, and I'm like, that's not what you want. Yes, of course you want your child to love you, but more importantly, you want your child to be safe. And if you raise your child to understand cause and effect, if you do something bad, that's going to cause a negative effect. So don't do it. You know, lead with good and kindness. You know, I always, you know, underneath my breath, because sometimes, you know, life just comes at you pretty fast. And I'll say, if I can't say something nice in public about somebody, I'm quiet. Now, my brain is working, and I'm thinking, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah.
However, you know, there's a particular time, and I think the particular time has arrived right here, right now, where parents have to stop worrying about being the child's friend and raising the child. Because in addition to this little 15-year-old, there was this full conversation about how children are feeling disconnected. And so the suicide rate right now is off the chart, because the children do not feel that they have a place to go, because they can't tell mommy and daddy, and all they have is those little phones. If you notice that all your child does, just watch, just take a time out, and all your child does is they're on the phone, they're on the pad. You never see them bringing friends over. They never say, hey mom, can I go over to Linda's house or Joey's house?
Well, they may not have any friends.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Because if your child is isolated and they're always in the house, in the room, they're not doing nothing, that should be a sign. Because as a child, my job in life was to see how far I could get away from my parents without getting in trouble.
Well, that's the problem nowadays, because back in the days we did not have the screen time, the
No.
cell phones, the laptops, the Chromebooks, the Xboxes, whatever you
Yeah.
have. And now kids are not wanting to do things like they used to with the parents. I
Yeah.
mean, when I was young, I'd go with my parents whenever they went out. Now, sometimes even my son, who's 15, doesn't want to hang out with us anymore. He'd rather
Yeah.
be at home playing on his
Device.
whatever device. And I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of you parents out there can relate to this.
Yeah. And it's just trying to figure out how to do something that will engage them and get them to drop the devices.
Yep. Yep.
So
That's
if you have some insight, moms and dads, grandmas, grandpas, sister, brother, cousins, anybody, please comment below so that this can be shared with our community, because we are very, very sensitive to the situation, because there are lots of young children in our environments, and we want to love them and lift them up so that they'll have a great life. So
Yeah, we want to actually prepare them for when they leave our household and become a productive citizen
right.
in the world. And they know right from wrong and understand what their actions will mean to the outside public, and take
Yeah.
responsibility for their actions.
Absolutely.
So
And
this,
if they never get to learn it, because all they're doing is playing with the devices, when they get out, that's when real problems start to set in.
this can be a long, long ongoing discussion.
Yes, we love our kids and we want to make sure that they're all safe.
Yep.
So now this is really cool. This is girl power, girl power, girl power. So the Philadelphia Eagles is a football team, and they were doing some scrimmaging and practicing, etc. And they invited Carly Lloyd, who is on the USA soccer team,
Women's soccer team.
women's soccer
yes.
team, to come out and hang out. So she kicked a 55-yard field goal. I mean, they just went hut one, hut two, put the ball down, and away it went. And I thought to myself, wouldn't this be very, very interesting if all of a sudden we had female football players?
Yeah,
As a kicker, because as a kicker, you're not allowed to touch them.
right.
You can't, you can block the ball, but if you hit them, that's a penalty. So most of the time, it's not like she would get hurt. However, I think that would be really, really awesome.
That would be really cool, but I'm wondering if that would, I don't know what the NFL would say to that. There might be some other policies, rules, and regulations that we don't know about
Right,
that say no women allowed or
right.
whatever. They would have to form their own football team.
I can't remember her name now, but there's a cute little girl that's playing football, and her team is currently in the, like, what the football would call the playoffs, but in high school it's something smaller. We'll have to do some research and we'll share that with you next time. She plays ball and she gets tackled. So the younger generation is already trying to figure out, because she loves football. And I don't know if that's because she was the only girl and she had brothers or things like that. So it's something, it's just a thought. So keep it in mind, and we will, do a little bit more research.
Do some more digging into this,
Yes.
and do some more research for next time.
So you were telling me about this dude known as Mr. Tinder.
Mr. Tinder, yes, Mr. Tinder. He's been on Tinder for a long time, and they said that he has had 1,460 dates. Now, we're not sure if that's actual physical dates he's gone on, or people have kind of swiped him and said that they
Yes.
liked him, but he was getting tired of that, and now he has a girlfriend. However, the unusual thing about that, well, it's not really unusual because I'm old school, he actually found his girlfriend from, let's go back to the basics, through a friend of his.
There you
And
go.
she was right there under his nose the whole time, and he didn't even have to be on Tinder.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
people out there, let's just stop this swiping left and right and go back to the
Yes.
basics like we used to, right?
Yes. I mean, I used to like the fact that, I couldn't imagine a blind date where I didn't know the person and nobody I knew. I've been set up on many blind dates where, the ones that used to get me the most would be where a friend would say, my husband and I are gonna, go out and have a bite, and we want you to come and join us. And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, naive. And then, we'd be sitting there and we'd be laughing, and then a guy would walk in, and I'd think, oh my God, you're setting me up again. Aren't you done? And one time my girl, she told me, she says, my husband has 20 best friends. We've only started. And I thought, oh my God. The thing though is that at least I had background information. I was able to ask the questions. Who is this person? What's his thought process? What does he believe in, etc. And a friend of mine was just recently sharing with me that she is using online apps to date right now. And one of the things she gets asked, certain questions like, do you support our current president, for example? Do you support, like say, women's choices or whatever? And she's like, she goes, and it's interesting because she's had sometimes where she'll say, my son is a gay man. That's all I'm going to say, which means she believes in choice. She believes that her son has the right to live and love like anyone else.
Right.
And, she'll be like, and then she'll get a response back that says, you need not apply any further.
Really?
Really. I mean.
And this is a dating site.
This is a dating site. So I'm
Wow.
like, and I told her, I said, well, yeah, it's kind of yucky. However, it's good because you're not going to waste your time. Because if someone's going to let something as simple as I believe in love for everyone stop you from talking to me, we shouldn't be talking to begin
That's
with.
true.
So Mr. Tinder, he had a lot of patience. That's all I got to say.
I would not have that patience.
1460, that's a lot.
Just a little story I want to tell you, talking about blind dates.
Okay.
I myself met my husband on a blind date.
Really?
Yes, and
Really?
we have been married over 19 years now.
Wow.
We were together for 5 years before we got married.
Wow.
So blind dates do work, but it wasn't through Tinder or Snap, whatever chats you have out there, or whatever. What is the other one? Match.com.
Yeah,
Match.com,
yeah,
whatever.
That was really
it was
big.
through a friend, but I did not know him, and it was a blind date when we met.
Right.
Knew not much about him.
And I also met my husband on sort of a blind date. My sister and my two sisters and I had gone to see Sleepless in Seattle. And I was sitting in the movie, and when the little boy, he wants his teddy bear, and they go back to the Statue of Liberty, and I started crying. And my sister looked at me and she says, you need a man. And I said, no, I don't. I have a full life. I'm very busy. I'm good. And she gets on the phone. She calls her boyfriend, and he calls his best friend. And the next thing I know is I'm meeting who became my husband. And at the time, I was like, okay, who is this dude? Tell me about him. What's his ethics? What's his background? And it was really funny because we met. We didn't talk for 2 weeks. And then her boyfriend and I, we were also friends. And we were talking. And he's like, what's up with you and, Phil? And I was like, darling, please. Phil is gone and everything's gravy. And he goes, oh, no. He goes, he is the one. You two are meant to be together. And September 30th will be 25 years of marriage.
Wow.
So, see, sometimes if you have someone with a little insight, Mr. Tinder, they know better what you need than some computerized ticker.
Yeah, we didn't have that. Well, everyone knows we didn't have that back in the day. So.
Yes, and I'm glad we didn't, because there were times when we would do things to celebrate life. I am so happy there's no film of it. That's all I got to say.
I know.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that I don't have to swipe left, swipe right. Oh my God. What?
Oh, I love it. So the last thing, we just wanted to briefly start a conversation, because we're going to also keep it going. We talked about American Got Talent and Cody Lee, how he is blind and autistic. That young man, you cannot close your eyes and listen to him and not get chills. You cannot close your eyes and listen to him and feel what he's delivering in music. I've heard people many times say, "Oh, this young man is, as good as, like, say, a Stevie Wonder, who I think is brilliant."
Yes.
I think Cody Lee is like Stevie Wonder.
He is, and he has actually been named musical prodigious savant, and he is only one of 25 in the world.
The entire world.
And I did a bit of digging into what that meant, so I'm going to read that. That means he has a combination of perfect pitch, audio, photographic memory, and a natural inclination for musical expression. So that's wow, that's pretty amazing. And he can actually recite music that he's heard in different languages.
That's amazing.
So he's pretty amazing, and did hear that his mom said music actually saved his life.
Yeah. And I'm sure, because, as excited as I am to see him on Americans Got Talent, as it's going forward, it's going to be very interesting to see if this can become a career for him. To, maybe not Vegas. Vegas is so big and so bright. However, a place where he can shine and share that beautiful gift with the world. Amazing.
Right. And what do you think? Do you think he could win American Idol?
American Got Talent.
Sorry.
I know.
America's Got Talent. See,
Yes.
I'm thinking American Idol. I said that the other day as well. Do you think he could win America's Got Talent? Comment below and let us know what you think and where you think his career is going to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I would love for him to do something after, even if he doesn't win, to get something out of this.
Yes.
Because he's really, really amazing.
I mean, and when you get Simon Cowell speechless, that to me is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He is amazing, and he has perfect pitch.
Yes, he
Perfect
does.
pitch.
I mean, and it's really interesting because he can just hear something and play it.
Yeah.
Years ago, I bought myself a little piano and I bought the books, and I'm like, this is going to be fun. I had a medical condition. I wasn't going to be able to leave my home for a few months, and I thought, I'll just learn how to play the piano. It's not as easy as it looks. So I'm equally as impressed as I think the world is with this young man.
Yeah, because I took piano lessons when I was younger. Not easy whatsoever.
No.
I have no clue how to play the piano now, but it is not easy. So
Yeah.
and you rarely come across people that can just hear something and play.
Yeah.
And play exactly what they just heard. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
This kid has talent.
And I'm looking forward to watching him go all the way.
Wishing Cody Lee best of luck.
Absolutely. So thank you all very, very much for, tuning in and listening to our conversation. We love chatting. We love having you here with us. We would love to get your feedback and your input, and, even if you'd like to share future things you'd like to hear us talk about.
Yeah, comment below and give us some feedback on what you'd like us to talk about. And don't forget again to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button for notifications. And again, thank you for tuning in. And as always, remember to keep smiling.
Bye.
Bye-bye.